I think you must have been through that like liquid staking or risk staking events these days, right? So today I'm going to majorly talking about is basic things, right? Liquid staking. So liquid staking won't be a new concept anymore, right? So my topic today is the revolutionizing of DeFi through the only liquid staking. So my name is Tyrone, and I'm the council and the fellowship member of Bifrost. So Bifrost is always providing the solutions for solving the problem of the isolated liquidity problems from different chains, and we are trying to enhance the resilience of liquid staking between different chains. So that's the reason why we name it the omni-chain liquid staking of Bifrost. So before we start, I might need to introduce about some challenges regarding the past from the few years of liquid staking track. So we call it the revolution of liquid staking. So the first one in the revolution of liquid staking is the domestic liquid staking. So which is the, I have to say, the beginning of the liquid staking. So in the graph below is easily to understand this. So on Ethereum, you have a bunch of liquid staking protocols that provide the representation token of e-staking, right? And what they are doing is they actually technically deploy an issuer contract on the Ethereum side. So the issuer contract is issuing the representation for you. And the limitation on this, I will explain you later, but the user, on a user's perspective, is you are interacting with the token issuer contract that they deployed on Ethereum. So I give you my ETH, and in the representation, I get the VEs, or I'm getting the STEs. So that's the simple logic of liquid staking at the beginning. So what's the challenges inside of this? So I've emphasized this. The first one is definitely technical risk of the issuer contract. This is the most important part, is the issuer contract. If any problem occurs on an issuer contract, which means the token is facing the risk, the users is facing the risk impact of their asset, of their liquid staking asset. That's definitely horrible. And the second one is the regulation, regular challenges. The simpler case might be the feature of ETH. Let's say if ETH is being defined as the security by the Harvard test, okay? So that's the most worst case that users might facing the decreasing the risk of the ETH. So which means the liquid staking of ETH will also be crashed. So that's the evolution at the first stage. And right now, we go to the second stage, which is the last year. So which all the liquid staking protocols doing the last year. So what they're doing is like, it's still on the E side. Their issuance contract is still on the E side. And then they actually deploy their issuing contract on the other power chains, like OP. They're deploying their issuing contract on OP and issuing ETH liquid staking token for you. So, okay, there's other one, Cosmos, right? Okay, just later, just deploy that issuer contract on Cosmos again. So you have deploying those clone liquid staking issuing contract on multi-chains. So what's the challenges here is like, each chain you have authority of that contract issuing token for users. So which means you adding the risk to deploy multiple issuing contracts. So if any of them face the risk, so all of your fungible liquid staking token will face the risk from that single point. On the user's perspective, what I'm doing now is like, I can use the liquid staking asset on a foreign chain, not my domestic chain, on a foreign chain. And the foreign chain, what it gives to me is, okay, I have another option. If there's any of regulatory challenges, okay, I can immediately switch to another liquid staking token. I'm hedging my risk by holding the liquid staking of ETH. So I'm changing the strategy of mine, but there is a new issue that occurred. It's the second one, the liquidity challenges among those different chains. So in the previous page, we've seen a same liquid staking token has been deployed in different chains. So which means on these different chains, you need multiple pools with that liquidity of that liquid staking token on them. And the result of this is you are actually isolating the liquidity on each chains. And maybe you have heard about the Lidos rigs in the curve pool that actually joined during the liquidity from the borrowing and lending. So that's the single point of risk of liquidity. In the isolated liquidity pool, it has the chance to be joined with the liquidity, and there's the risk. So this is the stage 2 that we mentioned. Okay, right now we come to the stage 3. Stage 3 is what Bifrost is trying to solve, and in the center part, Bifrost is acting like a terminal. So we name it like we acting like a terminal and sending the commodities or sending the products that we provide to other chains. So we have the manufacturing ability. We manufacture in liquid staking token on Bifrost, and then we teleport them to each of these multi-chains. So which means we are not deploying the issuer contract on those multi-chains. So which means it's actually avoiding the risk of the failure of that single token issuer contracts. But what we are providing is that we can actually teleporting. We're driving the truck and sending that token, sending the products to each of the foreign chains. That's what we are doing. So, one more thing I need to mention is, on the user's perspective, right now, you can easily, if you are a Polkadot user, okay, you can easily stake maybe ETH or Cosmos token, Moonbeam token, any of this token on any of this multi-chain. So that's what we're providing. I will explain it deeply in the later slides. Okay, in the summary of the previous stages of evolution, so what we provided as the omni-chain liquid staking way is that first is the standardization, which leveraged by XCM. So the cross-chain with other chains that I just showed you, they all actually leveraged by XCM and Snowbridge and Hyperbridge. If you have heard about the beginning of the Polkadot Decoded, they mentioned about Snowbridge, the most decentralized way of Polkadot to connect with Ethereum right now is Snowbridge, and connecting with other layer 2 by using the Hyperbridge. So that's also what we are using for. This is standardization, and also for developers, they are also using the standardization under the same framework. And then this decentralization, no more single token issuer contracts deploying on a multi-chain. And I think the most important thing is that liquidity aggregation. The liquidity aggregation, it also means we no longer providing the liquidity to those different multi-chains. So where are the liquidities is stating at? Right here, it's on Bifrost. So if you have any requirements, let's say from the Binance chain, user A want to switch the liquid staking token to a token. So what he's going to do is sending the request back to Bifrost, and the liquidity is right in Bifrost, and you swap that, and they will come back to Binance users. So no longer need to deploy any of isolated liquidity in a target chain. So that's the result. This is actually how we are pushing forward to achieve the final destination. So this is actually the roadmap of Bifrost in future years. So right now, if you can see this with green ticks, which is something that we have already deployed. So like this, we've already deployed VA star minting, V dot minting on A star EVM, and also V dot minting on Bifrost, V dot on HydraDex, V dot on Interlake. So these are different chains, right? Different power chains under Polkadot. But what you can do, from the user's perspective, you can easily stake DOT on Interlake. You can easily stake DOT on Hydration. You can easily stake DOT on OP. You can easily stake DOT on Cosmos. That's the thing amazing. So why they have to be Bifrost to solve this problem? We've listed about 3 main pros on Bifrost. The first one is the distinctive advantage of Bifrost by using Polkadot framework, and the second one is the unique technical framework of Bifrost, which is the SLPX. I will explain later. And the third one is strong treasury supporting of Bifrost treasury. Okay, the first thing first, of course, substrate. By leveraging substrate, we have ability to customize the modules. So we have the liquid staking module that we can customize it and adding the functions of the site functions to support the whole ecosystem running of the liquid staking. And the second one, shared security. I think most of you might be very familiar with the shared security feature in Polkadot, right? But recently, if you're familiar with restaking, they are actually reinitiating this concept in restaking. So restaking is like, OK, I'm borrowing the consensus security from another chain, and to protect the consensus of my chain. It's not actually a new concept. It's actually being initiated by Polkadot a few years ago. So there's definitely a default advantage for all of the power chains to developing in Polkadot. And the third one is also the most important one to utility, the cross-chain between different chains. So it's the XCM. And the final thing is definitely to decentralize the governance by using the OpenGov. OK, right now is the cake time, actually. So we make this up as a framework, a cake. All right, you see the candle on the top. So we can check this from the above to the top. So in the above is the base layer of Bifrost. You can see there's the liquid staking palette that I just said, the customized function, customized feature with the liquid staking. And the other one is the remotely governance. It's also the feature that Bifrost provided, which means you can easily governance Polkadot on Bifrost. So that's amazing, right? You can easily just vote your DOT on Bifrost to Polkadot relay chain. So that's another important feature of Bifrost liquid staking DOT. And loop stake is like loop staking of your liquid staking token. And global liquidity is, like I said, the concentrating liquidities on Bifrost, but not isolated in multi-chain. And the middle layer, the most important thing in this framework, we call it staking liquidity protocol for cross-chain, so which is underlyingly leveraged by XCM. And this is the deliver of the Bifrost to teleporting the asset or products to different multi-chains. This is the driver between this layer. And in an open layer, for sure, the bridges. We join the truck and passing the bridges to external blockchains. So the bridges are XCM, Snowbridge, Hyperbridge, and we are actually communicating with layer 0 to integrate with them. And the top layer is definitely the application chains, like like I mentioned, OP, Cosmos, and different external blockchains. This is actually an overview of how the SLPX works, how the the whole thing works for omni-chain liquid staking. So as I said, Bifrost acting like a terminal, and we're teleporting all these commodities to different chains. So what we're leveraging is Bridge Hub, connecting with Snowbridge, Hyperbridge, and all this is the accumulation of bridges in this Bridge Hub, and we can easily connect with different layer 2s, external blockchains, and bring the assets back and send the assets back to them. So each of these linear, you can see with a bunch of liquid staking token products that actually issued from Bifrost. And the liquidity is also acting like the same way, pushing forward the liquidity to different of these external blockchains. And the final thing, strong treasury supporting is definitely essential for developers and also our partners. So I have to say Bifrost have the strongest treasury in parachains, right? We cannot compare with Polkadot treasury, but if you see the rank, so Bifrost right here, and this top down right here is actually only the native token value of the treasury. So this is the native value token of the treasury. But beside this, we have a bunch of multiple tokens inside of the treasury as well, because we are providing liquid staking services to different chains, right? So we have different chains liquid staking tokens in our treasury, which means we are very strong to provide sustainable funding for other projects or developers. Those incomes is actually coming from the service that we provided in the external, like Manta, Moonbeam, Ethereum. So those liquid staking token coming back to Bifrost treasury, and we can use it as a reserve to provide more growth from the Bifrost ecosystem. And mention about the sustainable of tokenomics of Bifrost, I have to showing up a preview of our new tokenomics. So it will take about 20 seconds, I think. So let's check this. Okay. That short video is the preview of our new tokenomics 2.0, but I won't just comment more on this because it's not officially launching, but this is the first time that we mentioned about this in Decoded. So if you follow us on Bifrost X and follow us on the Telegram or community, and you will get the latest news about our new tokenomics. And that's all about omni-chain liquid staking beta of Bifrost. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tyrone.
Thank you.
Very interesting, especially the overview of the treasuries with everything that's going on in Polkadot treasury. But yeah, thank you for explaining this. Are there specific questions to Tyrone? Yes, we need the hot mic, please. Yeah, sorry, here.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know about LSD palettes built by Bifrost or Polkadot. I mean Parity.
Could you pardon your question, please?
Sure. LST palette, liquid staking palette.
Yeah.
You use. Did Bifrost develop it or Parity?
Sorry, what about Parity? I did not.
Not Parity?
Who developed it was the question,
Who
right?
developed it?
Yeah, who developed it?
Palette?
Yeah.
Ourselves, not Parity. Not Parity.
Not Parity, you did.
Ourselves.
Okay.
No, not me. Just our team.
I mean, Bifrost
The
did.
Bifrost, yeah.
Bifrost did
Okay.
it.
Was there any audits related to the security of the palette? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was all.
You're welcome.
Yeah, other questions to Tyrone? No? All right, I think you will be around. You guys have a booth?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
We have a booth right there.
The Bifrost team.
Yeah.
I see some other team members here. Great team. Always open to talk, okay?
Sure,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Big applause again.